What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of HermitPack on the HermitCraft server. Oh yeah, guys, so last episode, yes, we built a room, we put some machines in the room. Our machines are currently producing gravel, sand, and glass, and smooth stone from cobblestone. So yes, we set up an automated cobblestone generator, and we set up all the automations to make all these various different resources from cobblestone, which is nice. We've been needing sand, we've been needing glass, a lot of these different things, and especially stone as we're building and flattening out things and using our chisel to expand out our base a little bit here. So yeah, it's very awesome. This has been running non-stop in a chunk loaded area since we set this up. So yeah, we currently have 157,000 stone, 419 cobblestone, 40,000 sand, and 40,000 glass. Yes. So I did some work on this thing off camera. It looks about the same. You can't really tell any difference, but if we look in our wireless grid here, you can see that we do have stone, our sand, our glass, our cobblestone. Those are all showing up here. So yeah, I did run our grid system, our refined storage system, down through the wall here. It's right behind this pillar. It goes down under the floor here and then connects to our, I was gonna call them deep storage units, but they are quantum storage units. So yeah, it connects right there. I was thinking about this, if there was a way that we could make this in a more clean way, and I suppose we could. Currently, the way we have this set up is we have the Io Conduits going to the bottom side of this quantum storage unit, and we are storing our cobblestone. Then we have the Io Conduit pulling cobblestone out and going into this machine, and pulling it out and going into this machine. Yeah, so we could do that all if we just had the refined storage stuff underneath these, and then we could use the chisel and bits to like make our own facades and do things like that if we wanted to. I don't know, we might look at doing that sometime in the future, but for right now this seems to work pretty good where everything's autonomous. We don't have to have this connected to the system at all, and it'll still just work and it'll still make these things. So for now I think we're gonna leave it. Another thing I did do is I connected both of our cobblestone generators that we had. We're using the mining upgrade, I believe is what that's called, with the extra utilities transfer node. We have two of those connected that are going into a chest. That chest is being extracted through the conduit up into this guy right here. So we had two of them feeding this, and this is feeding all of our other machines. So yeah, instead of having a separate one for this side and one for this side, yeah, we combined them and then there's feeding both sides together. I think it makes sense to do it that way. So today I want to start working on some other things. Since we have our refined storage kind of down here, we got some cabling. I think it would make sense just to kind of clear out underneath the floor here. We'll make like a little space where we can run wires and other things like that, because we're going to want to hook up more refined storage over here, especially if we're going to move our auto crafting down here or other auto processing machines. It just makes sense. Also, you might notice that the floor is made out of copper now. Yep. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to make the floor out of, I think in the last episode. And we had it as like the stone with the zig pattern, I believe. Now I was trying to figure out different colors that we could go with it. I was looking at like these blocks here and what we should do to match this. And we saw brown and there's kind of like some greens in here. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but it was suggested that we try copper. So yeah, the orange color kind of goes with the brownish color, right? So I think that works pretty well. At first I was kind of like, I don't know, that seems a little bright compared to the rest of the room. But after looking at this for a while, I've gotten pretty used to it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, if there's any other better colors or better blocks or whatever that we can use for the floor here. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy with this. You'll also notice I got rid of all the torches. So down the center of the pathway, these are all painted glowstone blocks. You can paint glowstone just like you can paint conduit facade. All of these blocks down here are the conduit facades, right? So yeah, you can paint glowstone just the same way. And then they assume the connected textures and they emit light just like glowstone would, right? So all the way down the walkway on both sides. And then I have painted glowstone around here as well to light up the walls. It was too dark in this little area. Yeah, the center does not light everything up. So yeah, we got rid of all the torches in here. I think it looks much better. But you know, maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know. So anyway, what we want to do, like I said, we want to clear out some space underneath the floor here. We want to have some space so we can run wires and conduits and power and all sorts of things. And then we can start looking at moving other machine systems down here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start digging. We'll be back. These silly gas tanks. You know, I've been stacking them up like this for a while because we were using a whole lot of power from Mechanism because we had all those things constantly running in this back room. And since then, since I have stacked them all together like that, we fixed the problem we were having back here, right? We're using that crazy super circuit maker circuit thing down here. Let me see if I can break this up, breaking the board. Yeah, so we're using this thing, so it turns off this machine if like both of these tanks are full, so we're not drawing that constant 5,000 or 6,000 RF per tick anymore. So yeah, we have like all these gas tanks stocked up over here that are just kind of like in the way. Yeah, we're hardly using any power at this point. I haven't looked, but probably only a few hundred. Yeah, about 600, 666. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable number. Yeah, so we're not using that much power anymore. Probably should get rid of these things. The other problem is over here outside where we are filling up our gas tanks. Yeah, we kind of like have all of these full of the ultimate gas tanks too. They're completely full of our ethylene. So, I don't know what we're going to do. I guess we could. Yeah, you know what a good idea would be is to move this whole operation indoors, I think. Since we have the imaginary time block, it doesn't matter if this is outside. It doesn't matter if we have the greenhouse glass. All we got to do is flip this lever, right? And all these things grow. So we can have this indoors. And then whenever we need wheat, we could send that a redstone signal. Like all this stuff could be inside, which I think would be much better because that will get rid of the whole problem of me having to come out here, get gas tanks, bring them inside, hook them up. Like all of our gas could be produced in our machine area and just piped up into our generators, or we can move the generators to a better location. I think that's probably something we're going to look at doing here pretty soon. But I just got done making some of these sag mills and alloy smelters. I do want to get these machines hooked up to be automated down below through our refined storage system. So I made 2 of the alloy smelters. One so we could do normal furnace operations. The other one specifically for alloying. Yeah, things like, I don't know, if we wanted to do the vibrant alloy, we need the energetic alloy plus an ender pearl kind of a thing. Yeah, you can't do that if it's in just normal furnace mode. The reason why I even brought up these Ultimates gas tanks, because I was over here looking at these machines and you just keep, like, you walk into them. Their hitbox isn't right. I think we looked at that a little bit earlier in the series. But yeah, like I went over here to look at something, I was like, what was that? And it kind of scared me. But anyway, let's take a look at what we've done down below. I did add in another elevator down here, so you can see we have a third option. We have our machine, and then we have the wiring room. So we go past that room down here to our wiring room. I kind of rearranged the way our refined storage cable came down previously. It was coming down over here and kind of like went straight over to this area. But yeah, I've cleaned up the cable a lot. We saved a whole lot of cable by doing it this way. So this pretty much goes straight down from up above, comes out here, connects underneath the walkway, and then we have the refined cable going along the walkway paths if we need connections, just for faster and easier connections. I don't know, we might remove some of these cross ones, but I just put them there just to kind of lay it out and figure out what we were doing here. But for right now, I think this is looking pretty good. So we have a third spot for our elevator, so we can come down to maintenance whenever we want to. We don't have to break a block and jump down, which I tend to do a lot. Yeah, so we have a proper way down. We can go up and down to the different floors, which is awesome. I like using this elevator a lot. First time I've gotten a chance to use it, really happy about it. It's nice. Okay, so Ender IO stuff, I think we're going to put over here. So I'm going to get myself another one of these sets of blocks, the factory blocks here, to put these machines on. We might end up making more than a few of these alloy smelters. Depending on what we need in the future, it might be okay to have one alloy smelter per auto crafting recipe. There's no real reason to reuse one machine, especially if you're doing a lot of crafting that needs a whole bunch of different alloys. Yeah, you could craft a whole bunch of the different alloys at the same time, independently of each other. I don't know, that'll be something we'll look at in the future. But anyway, let me go ahead and get some more of the machine blocks. I'll just get these machines hooked up here, and we will continue on. Alright guys, so I was just killing an Enderman. There was an Enderman straight above me. We removed some of these blocks. I heard him like making sounds. Yeah, he was in this little tunnel here where we have our refined storage wire going over to the mechanism room. So I dug straight up, I killed him. Which, you know, is not that interesting, but then I looked at my inventory and we got these presents here. We have 4 of these presents. I have no idea what those are. I've never seen them before. It says it's from Open Computer, so I have no idea what those could be. I am kind of curious though. If we look at the tooltip on them, yeah, you can see it's just got random things. It says For your troubles, open this present for a chance to receive some whatever. Craft open computer items with the time is right for a chance to receive a present. Oh, are we supposed to open these? Okay, yeah, we can open them. So we get arrow keys. Oh, okay, so we're just gonna get open computer items. I'm not sure why we got so many of these things. I guess because I killed that Enderman with my sword here that has looting 3 on it. And got 2 EEPROMs, an arrow key, and a numeric keypad. I believe those plus one more thing is used to make the keyboard for the open computers. I guess that's kind of cool. The Enderman that I killed gave me, what was that? I guess withering effect, it seemed like. Withering and blindness, or maybe it was just blindness. I don't know. It gave me some weird effect. I didn't see if it was name tagged or anything like that. Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. Alright guys, well I was curious after that last clip. After killing that one Enderman that gave us those open computer presents, I went to the end. I was just curious. I wanted to see if every single Enderman you killed was dropping those presents, or if that was really a special one. Well yeah, I went to the end and I looked, and all the Endermen, as they do, they looked all the same. There was nothing unique about any of them that I saw. I killed about 10 of them. Yeah, they didn't really drop anything different, so I don't know. That confuses me. Maybe it's just something special about that one particular Enderman. Maybe it has to do with it spawning somewhere nearby our open computer that we have outside. Honestly, I don't know. But anyway, this is what we got going on here. Now, I made 2 sag mills because I figured, you know, these machines, while they are kind of fast when you upgrade them with the octadic capacitor, they're not super fast. So we might have, you know, some recipes for one, some recipes for the other. We'll figure that out. And then I ended up making 4 alloy smelters. Again, all these machines are really inexpensive, so it doesn't really matter that much that we use one machine for everything. Yeah, we can definitely have a few different machines doing their own separate thing. So octadic capacitors, we need 6 of these. I don't know if we have the stuff for them. We might not. Yeah, we need the vibrant alloy, and then we have glowstone. Now glowstone was another thing we've been running out of recently, and off camera I went ahead and I set up a thing in Botania, where conjuration catalyst, I think is what it's called. Yeah, we had all this mana sitting over here. We haven't been using it at all. So I made another mana pool, and I put in, what is this thing called? Yeah, conjuration catalyst, that's what it's called. So I put a thing under there. I saw that we could duplicate our glowstone just by dropping a stack in there. Well, you know what I gotta do? I have to turn off my magnet first. You can drop a stack of glowstone in there, and it's like a fountain. It just kind of like makes more. Some of that glowstone that it makes lands back in there. It keeps making more and more. So we put a full stack in there. We'll probably have over 2 stacks now, I would imagine. Yeah, we have 3 stacks plus 9. So it's kind of a cool way to make certain items. I'm sure there's a way that we could set this up so we could have it automatically generate the stuff and then collect it. That might be something we look at in the future sometime. Maybe we could set up like a Botania area inside in our whole operation area. Yeah, I don't know. We'll look at that. But anyway, glowstone was a thing that we've been running short on, and the only way I've collected it before is going to the nether and mining it, which, you know, which is what you do in vanilla Minecraft, but we're not playing vanilla. We got better things to do. Okay, so there's a stack of glowstone. I put all that stuff away. So we still need the vibrant alloy. We only have the energetic alloy at the moment, I think. Yeah, we can make some of these. There's 16 of those. I'll grab some ender pearls. We still need to get a way to automatically collect ender pearls. We really should get ourselves an enderman spawner here. There's a lot of things that I'd like to set up, and we just haven't done it yet. So we'll put that in there, that in there. This is set to all smelting, so this does both regular furnace and the alloys. It's kind of important that you don't set up one alloy smelter to do everything, because there's certain recipes you put in where you want it to smelt one thing, but it'll smelt something completely different if it's set to the all smelting. Anyway, I'll go ahead and make the rest of these octadic capacitors. I did make some of the, I think they're called crafters. Yeah, we made some crafters so we can hook these up to our machines down below. Press the button. Yeah, we set these on our machines down below so we can automate getting the resources in here. We'll probably end up using Ender IO cables, I think, to pull the items out of these and send it to like one central, is it called interface? I think it's called interface. We'll have to rotate these. Apparently they do not face the way you want them to face when you place them. Is it like where you're facing when you place them? Yeah, so that faces up. We want those facing down, so I'd have to place them like this up against a block. Anyway, I'll rotate those. We'll get the octadic capacitors in there. We'll be right back. Alright guys, well I centrally located our dimensional transceiver, and then I ran some of our energy conduit over here to our machines that we have constantly running, and then I ran the other side over here to our new machines, our Ender IO machines that are right there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I find myself thinking that this is slow, and I keep like jumping up and flying around and over and stuff, but I want to try and use the elevator, so dang it, we're gonna do that. So anyway, here is the power cable that comes up from below. I just made a conduit facade so we can make that all nice and pretty. Otherwise, you will see that there is a line right here where that opening is, even when our conduit facades are on these cables. So yeah, I want to make sure we had that done. So for those of you who don't know about the Ender IO conduits, you can use a Yeta wrench. If you shift left click, well, you can shift and scroll. You want them all to be shown, so you do the one with the check mark. You can shift left click on any of these conduits. Like if you can't reach a little thing, like normally you'd have to break a block, right? And then go down here and then you can right click on the thing. Well, if you don't want to do that, you can use a Yeta wrench. No, this one, yeah. Yeta wrench, you just shift left click and then you open up this menu, and we want the one that says up. It says sag mill. We've got the picture of the sag mill. So this is the connection we want. So what we want to do is make sure we have this set to always active with the extract. These machines, these machines I have configured so the top is pulling, the bottom is pushing. All of the machines are set up this way. So yeah, we want the conduit set to auto extract. So we'll go ahead. Why is that different? When I did this one, oh, that one's different because that has connection to the top and connection to the bottom down to the interface. Right, okay, so that's why. The interface we want to set to insert. Yeah, so all the items that we're extracting go into this interface. That interface is going to be connected to our refined storage system. Yeah, that confused me for a second because I don't think it's like that in 1.7.10 where I've used Ender IO the most. I think it always comes up with that screen and you have to choose even if there's one connection, although I could be wrong. So anyway, extract, we want this always active. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Setting for all of these guys, always active here. You can also use the conduit. Oh, I can't remember the thing of it. There's a thing where you can do the thing. No, there's an item. I think it's, well, let's look. Conduit. I spelled that wrong. Conduit probe. Yeah, this guy right here, you can shift right click on a conduit to copy the settings, and you can, I think, left click it on the other ones to paste those settings. So all we had to do is set this one right here, and then we can paste the settings to these guys. Although I don't know how that works if you can't see the thing. Anyway, we got those all set, so we should be good to go. So all we gotta do now is just place down our conduit facades here. So we don't see the cables. Whoops, wrong spot. So we don't see the cables. Everything looks nice and neat. Yep. And then we still have to run the conduit up here and put in the patterns for our crafter. So that's gonna be the next step. I'll have to figure out how we're gonna do that. And you can kind of see right here that there is a hole, and I'm not sure why that's showing up on this side. Oh, it's showing up on that side because of the interface, right? I'm not sure how we're gonna fix that. Maybe we can put the interface down below, run the item conduit down there. That might be what we're gonna have to do so we don't see that stuff. So yeah, we can just run item conduit down here, and instead of having this one where it's insert all the time, yeah, we'll just have that disable or whatever, and we'll move this guy down below. I think that's what we need to do. Let's go ahead and hook that up then. So we'll put that, I guess right here should be fine. And then we will need one more item conduit. Right there, and then we can set this to be insert. Yeah, okay, so that should be fine. We will no longer see the break in the connected texture there. Better. Okay, so that looks pretty good, I think. So yeah, next step, we need to get these hooked up. We need to get the patterns in here. Let me get some more stuff done, and we'll be right back, guys. So I've been looking at these holes back here where we have our refined storage cable going up and down. I know you can use the chisel and bits to make a facade, but I was curious if you could fill in the entire block and have the connected texture work. So let's try a few things here. If we put this block down, we can left click on it, we can delete the entire block, turn it into all the different bits. Yeah. Okay, so now we have those. So if we draw from here to here, Yeah, it does not fill it in. Well, it does fill it in, but it does not make the connected texture, which is kind of a problem. I was really hoping that it would make the connected texture, but it doesn't. Okay, so we can put that cable back. Let's set this thing down. We will try something else. I guess we'll place it there and get chiseled. Okay, so we have all the blocks back, or I guess all the bits back from that block. The other thing I wanted to see is if we made an entire full block out of this thing, right there, from that bottom corner to this top corner. We can make the full block, and it connects, but deletes the cable that's running through it. So that's not helpful. I was really hoping that we would be able to use the connected textures with this, but it doesn't look like we are going to be able to. So the best option that we can do at this point is just to draw that top layer cover. It'll make it so we don't see down underneath. But yeah, we're still going to have the lines, the borders from the connected textures, unfortunately. I wonder if that's something that'll be fixed with the chisel and bits, or if that's even something that can be fixed. Honestly, I don't know. But yeah, we'll go ahead and just draw from here to here. Just one block wide. We'll end up with something like that. It doesn't look pretty, but I guess it's better than a hole to the bottom. Let me see. Can I do that over here as well? If I draw from right there all the way over to here. Boom. Okay. So yeah, the cable still runs through. It's not a hole underneath, but yeah, we can definitely see it doesn't connect anymore, which is kind of a shame. But like I said, I guess that's better than seeing underneath. So we'll go with that for now. So I have these machines hooked up. In the back here, we have some exporters. Yep. And those are exporting flint into these machines. So these both have the upgrade here, which is pretty cool. After I got done doing those, I was like, you know, it probably would be better, since we have all these machines, just to start auto crafting dark steel, have it export the dark steel balls and just have like the better output right here, right? I think that's going to make sense. So what I ended up doing is I made a pattern over here for dark steel, so we can craft that. I haven't tried this yet. I haven't tried any of these yet. Let's try making dark steel. Oh yeah, that's right. With this particular setup, you can't display normal, no craftables, only craftables. Yeah, I guess you can't tell it to craft unless there's nothing of that particular material in the system, at least not that I'm aware of. So we tell it to start. It's going to require coal powder, obsidian, and iron to make it. And yeah, it looks like we are making it just fine. Okay, cool. So we can make dark steel. We have a pattern over here to do coal into coal powder. So that's another thing that we can do. Yeah, so that should be good. So I guess one final thing that we need to do in order to make the dark steel balls is to actually have the crafting recipe up here. So dark steel. You know, oh yeah, I was like, didn't we have some extra dark steel? We do, it's in my inventory. So 5 dark steel equals 5 dark steel balls. We'll go ahead and do one of those numbers, and then we'll just stick that somewhere. I don't know. I guess I was kind of keeping the refined storage stuff together a little bit, but we're going to be moving all this stuff, so I don't really think it matters. We'll put it right in here. Get a free spot. Okay, so now we can auto craft dark steel balls, which is pretty cool. We need the crafting upgrade. Yep. That has to go into the export bus. So the export bus says, hey, we don't have any dark steel balls in the system, but we have a recipe on how to make them. Well, let's make them and then export them, right? So that's how that works. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this. Can I drag from here over? No, you can do that with NEI. It doesn't look like you can do that with JEI. So I think we actually need a dark steel ball to place right here. I guess we'll go craft one real quick then. Come back up here. Yeah, see, I'm completely avoiding using the elevators now, which is a problem. I don't like that. Dark steel. I guess that's what happens when you're kind of in a rush. I'll take the food. Give that to me. Okay, so we have the dark steel ball, so we can set the pattern. Hopefully this is gonna work. I don't remember if I've done these crafting things before. I think I have. So there's that. So we should export dark steel balls if there's space available, which there will be as soon as I remove that. So yeah, it looks like it's crafted those up and it's now exporting those. So we should be able to see dark steel going away. Our alloy smelter over there should start crafting more of those. I believe that's how this is going to work. I guess we can go take a look. Is this crafting more? Yes. Okay, so it is trying to craft another thing of the dark steel balls here. is making up to 5 of those. It'll export the 5, and then I'll assume it'll keep doing that over and over, which is great. So we need another crafting upgrade for this one. We can go ahead and turn that off. Do that. Do that. This one won't export anything until we get the crafting upgrade in here. I am fairly certain. And then it's going to take time for us to make all the dark steel. Let's use the elevator. we spent all the time to make the elevator. Let's use it. Yeah, so we need one more of the crafting upgrades. Crafting upgrade this guy. And we need an upgrade redstone crafting table. Do we not have that? You know what? We do have the thing. I forgot I made these patterns a while ago. So I made the crafting table. It's doing some things right here. Made the chip. Now it's making the upgrade. Okay, so we'll have that available on our wireless thing. And back down we go. All right, so now we can do crafting upgrade here. Nice. Okay, so now we should be, yeah, it looks like we're getting dark steel balls here as well. And we're exporting here. I think, actually, that the dark steel balls that appeared right here were from the other craft. It only exported a couple at a time, and then this one exported some of those. So that's why we have them here. But now they're both should be stocking up, and we should always have dark steel balls available here. We'll probably want some extra dark steel on hand, so we're not having to make this stuff all the time. But yeah, that's one good reason why you should have more than one alloy smelter for things like this. Even though it's got the Tannic Capacitor in there, it does take a minute for these things to process. So if you're waiting on this stuff to happen and you're trying to make vibrant alloy at the same time, that's going to get quite annoying. Speaking of vibrant alloy, let's go ahead and see if we can craft up some of this stuff. Make sure that works. I haven't tried that yet. We'll craft up 10 of those. Looks like we are getting the stuff in here that we need. So energetic alloy plus ender pearls. And then over here, it does not look like we're crafting up anything. Let's tell it to make some of this energetic alloy. We'll make 10 of those. And that should fill this one up. Cool. All right, well, it looks like everything's working correctly. We still have one more over here that it has no recipes in it, but that's something we will fill up over time, I'm sure. Plenty of room for expansion. But yeah, the way this is hooked up, we have the cable running up here to this top one. These guys communicate just by touching, and then we just have this cable running over to this bank over here. And then all of the items are being exported through the item conduits down below into that interface. So all the items are going into the system as they're being crafted. That is really awesome. I'm really happy with the way the system has turned out, or I guess is turning out. It's not quite finished yet. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Had a lot of fun messing around with some of the refined storage stuff. It's very similar to Applied Energistics. It does have its differences. But yeah, I'm very much interested in trying to get a lot of things automated using it. I'm having a blast doing this. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.